I am a wife. I have 2 children. My son is 14 years old and he's a healthy young boy, and I have a daughter who's 13 years old and she has a chronic disease. Laura was diagnosed about 1 month of age. She started having like this big swollen abdomen. We weren't sure what was going on, and her pediatrician tested her for cystic fibrosis and it came positive, and kind of rocked our world a bit. We were not expecting it. It turned that we now have this disease that's we knew enough about that is going to shorten her life, and that was going to require a lot of treatments for the rest of her life. We don't have the most cutting-edge treatments available. We have them out there, but they're not accessible. And I find that really difficult because of the way the policymakers are not allowing them to be accessible for her or for any other people that need these type of rare disease strategies. There's 2 more drugs that Laura could actually potentially get, and she has to fail on Orkambi in order to possibly get another drug medication. So it's always feels like you're always failing to get something in order to try to get the next chance. And she doesn't have the time anymore, and we're not seeing that. So the criteria for the access of the drug that Laura is going to be receiving, Orkambi, she had to drop her lung function by 20% in first 6 months. So and retain this drop for 6 weeks. A lot of physicians found that a very difficult process, because if somebody drops their lung function by 20%, they're hospitalized and they're getting treatments. They don't want to keep letting it drop, because then it's a higher risk they're not going to get it back. And so for Laura to maintain that drop for 6 weeks, it's very unrealistic, and the restriction is so tight that actually nobody in Canada has qualified for this criteria. Laura is the only one in Canada that has qualified, and that's actually not a rah-rah thing. That's a very sad thing, that we had to watch our daughter get sick and maintain being sick for 6 weeks. We were on pins and needles. I wanted her to get better, but part of me didn't, because then she wouldn't get the medication. And to sit there and watch her, and she was terrified. I remember she has to do a blowing test, and in order that gives you the value. And she goes, "What happens if I get better? What happened? I won't qualify." She was so scared. And I said, that is the worst feeling for anybody, that they actually have to fail something in order to get something. We're thrilled that she's finally getting the medication, but we're also really sad because she has now gotten so sick that the doctor told us that if her lung function drops down even further, the drug doesn't work as well, and half of the patients have to be taken off the medication and then progress to lung transplant. And Laura right now is getting the lung transplant assessment. We're moving forward with that. And that's really heartbreaking, because 2 months ago, they had so much hope that this actually could have sustained her from having that, and now we have to look at this. So as much as, yes, we're very excited that she's finally getting a chance, and Laura's really thrilled, because that's all she wanted. She just wanted to give this drug a try to see if it will help. And now knowing this, we're kind of like, oh, is it going to work or